So guys, files have been disclosed and it turns out that A-Reece was supposed to be on AKA's Miss Country album on a song titled Sponono. TK, who's an engineer at Ranch Lab Records, recently leaked a file that shows AKA's song Sponono, which featured A-Reece and Java, which was completed on the 19th of November 2022. On the tweet he wrote, "I know the boy ain't never gonna talk about it, and nobody from AKA's camp reached out for the stems, check the date." And since TK exposed this file, things have turned ugly on the Twitter timeline. A user under the Eats page who's really making her way into the industry came out to say, "And nobody from AKA's camp reached out for the stems? Is this how collabs work?" Then DJ Clan, who's Reese's DJ, came out to say, "I think TK is showing that a verse was recorded and sent through, but no one asked for the stems. Maybe they didn't want the verse anymore, or they weren't planning to drop the song at that time, but it's not advisable to send stems until the next person is happy with the song." And to come think of it, this is quite hectic. The boy was never gonna address it for sure, but those who didn't know, stems in music production are basically broken parts of a song, broken groups of a song which can be classified as bass track, guitar track, a drum loop, a keyboard, drums, streams, vocals, and all those things that make up a song in a file. So it's not advisable to send those if the song is not approved by the main production team of the song or the owner of the song, him or herself. So having no one from AKA's camp requesting for stems must be enough proof that he was no longer wanted on the song. Then Zarok, the executive producer of Miss Country, came out to reply to that tweet by DJ Clan as he said, "Nah, let's not beat around the bush. That tweet is implying AKA's team didn't want A-Reece on the record, which is bullshit. Forbes had the final say on who or what he wanted, period." And from this reply by Zarok, I can say that there's probably more to this than not asking for stems only. And it got heated up when DJ Clan replied to Zarok by saying, "And that's okay if he didn't want the boy on the record, but people mustn't come and say the boy didn't want to give Forbes a feature. That is the real bullshit. We can't be acting like the boy wasn't attacked for nothing." And I can say things got really personal here, and it seems like Reece and his team only got to find out that Reece is not on Miss Country when the tracklist dropped, which is quite hectic. I mean, imagine finding out that you're not on an album when the tracklist drops. That is really hectic. The boy was called out names on Spaces for having so much ego that even costed him an AKA feature. He was blamed for all of this, and one crazy thing is that no one from Super Mega's camp came out to say anything about this when all that was happening. But hey man, what can we say? And moving on, another user laid out a comment under the very same tweet by DJ Clan and said, "So that verse might have been work for them to not want it. Personally, I'm glad it was never released. If AKA didn't think it was good enough, who am I to complain?" Then DJ Clan came out to defend the boy and said, "Lol, Reece a work verse? Come on bro, let's get real. Reece's worst verse is another nigga's best verse, respectfully." Then one other tweet commented to say, "Every artist is capable of a work verse, Clan. You know that. Point is, they didn't like it or had other plans." DJ Clan again said, "Reece is not every artist. He's the Jose Mourinho of this shit. I'm sorry, but he's a GOAT. Why the verse didn't make it? We don't know, but it's definitely not cause it's work. Even though you might find that it was the best. I'm not fighting, I'm just stating the obvious." And yeah, in my thoughts, I do agree that every artist has the potential of delivering a work verse, but working on the same song with your idol, then you record a work verse? That doesn't make sense, man. Reece always makes sure to deliver quality verses, especially on features. No one can tell me that the verse on Pick You Up is not legendary.
Man, fuck what's out now. It's just hot now cause I ain't dropped yet.
But again, it might have been something that AKA didn't want, and we can't go against that, as this album belongs to him. Then another user asked, why when they send back after recording? Why wait till they reach out? DJ Clan then gave an answer to that by saying, "You wait for the artist to approve the feature or verse or vocals. Sometimes changes are requested, then you fix the changes and still wait for their approval. Then you send when they are happy." And to think that the boy was bashed for fumbling an AKA feature before he passed on is actually crazy. Tweeps really caused the social media frenzy out of this. His girl was blamed, Jody also caught a stray, which is quite disrespectful to the affected individuals. And moving on again, the man that managed AKA before he passed on, Nevo, came out to drop an alarming tweet that goes on to say, "If my guy didn't ask for stems and finished every song himself, arranged every song himself, exported mixed ready stems for every single song himself, changed mixes 4 times until they got to exactly where he wanted them to, then do the math." And yeah, these guys coming out to say all these things doesn't make sense. They are busy beating around the bush and it seems like they're against the boy because they're not even saying anything how it is. But again, there were once rumors that A-Reece submitted the verse late. And on the leaked file by TK, it actually shows that everything was done on the 19th of November last year in 2022. So the reasons behind all these are sketchy. I really think AKA removing A-Reece on the song and adding Otro Chopper and Baby Son must be enough proof that the man had a different vision after he decided to leave A-Reece out of this. But what do you guys think could actually be the reason behind all of this? Comment your thoughts down below. And on the possibilities of this record with A-Reece making it to the deluxe version of the album Miss Country, that wish must just be demolished because Zerog, the executive producer of Miss Country, confirmed that won't be happening by responding to a tweet that went on to say, "So do the right thing on the deluxe." Clearly he wanted to work with A-Reece. Then his reply goes on to say, "I know nothing about the deluxe, I'm afraid." And with that said, I guess we should just conclude that we'll never hear A-Reece and Super Mega on the same record. But it would have been a great moment to experience, especially for A-Reece now that he's getting to work with his idol. But I think we should just stop blaming certain individuals. Sometimes collaborations work out, sometimes they don't, and that's the nature of the game. One other user tweeted to say, "Zadok Zeta, you didn't reach out for stems, I blame you." Then Zadok replied to that by saying, "Laughed my ass out. If Keenan Jared Forbes didn't ask for the stems, then he didn't. Remember, we finished the album with him, so do with that information what you will." And I really think these tweets just keep on proving that AKA didn't feel like adding A-Reece after hearing the work he sent through. I don't even think it's a matter of sending in the work late. No, the feature was just not supposed to happen. But you guys can also share your thoughts in the comment section below. And that is the end of the video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Peace out.
I should fuck her in the Benz.